So the other day, I went to Michael's and I got the Winsor Newton Cotman Indigo, one of my favorite colors, as well as Payne's Gray. See? Payne's Gray. Um, these are two of my favorite colors. They're both neutral, and they're great to add subtle shadow. But I also picked up another favorite with raw sienna. So I'm going to do a little bit of swatching in a different format as I have done before. I like to use my fall Paul Rubens sketch pad or paint pad, and it's 100% cotton, and it's kind of hot pressed, but a little bit of a texture. So these were done using Stabilo markers, and they're water soluble, and I just wanted to see how they lay out, as well as layering and applying a little bit of glazing. This is another one, same format, but more using more than one Stabilo at a time. Second off some areas. You may recognize my Cotman metallic set. I have added the indigo, Payne's Gray, and raw sienna. Now this is my 24 set of Winsor Newton, and there are 24 colors. Here is the Payne's Gray, and here are the indigo and the raw sienna, but I'm not going to use this or this. I'm going to use my pigment liner from Escher because it's waterproof, and I'm going to do a little bit of black line so I can test the mass opacity of the different pigments. those are kind of big. So I'm going to limit the size of this one to match this one, or these. I'm also going to put a little bit of color directly from my tube. I want to check out some of the qualities of the various pigments that I purchased. So I'm going to start and a little bit of water. Now I'm using the indigo here, and I realize that this is not your typical swatching, but is for me, because I like variation in my swatches. Since this is wet, I'll wait a bit and skip so I can do this one. It's a bit like yellow ochre, but a little bit warmer, I think. That's good. So let's put a little bit of the paint, or rather the indigo. And a little bit of water. So I'm not going to use the blow dryer on this one, because it's still mingling with the two colors. When you use a blow dryer, using it tends to stop the intermixing of the colors or pigments. So let's go in with the Payne's Gray. Now I know that you can easily mix up Payne's Gray by using like ultramarine blue, burnt umber, but I like the fact that you can have a tube and then have a little bit more consistency from your application. So like before, I'm using a bit more water. And a bit more intense Payne's gray. And depending upon which, how much water you have on your brush, you may have more or less granulase a little bit in here in the indigo. And it's a little bit of the raw staying in there. A little bit of raw staying in it, in here. It's kind of still wet, more or less. You'll get a little bit of mixing and Payne's gray with the indigo. Okay, I'm using number 3 cotton, and I'm getting a little bit of water and applying it here because I want to check out the glazing. Good. And a little bit of, well, clean my brush, and a little bit of the Payne's gray. A little bit of wet on dry. Spread it out with a bit of water. And while sitting in there, a lot of water. Good. A bit of Payne's gray again. And let's go with the and let's go with a little bit of Payne's gray. and charge the water in here. Okay, so let's go in with a little bit of water and try to charge this section with an indigo. A bit more water. Going back for more water every so often. To soften up the line a bit. Remember, I'm just trying out different techniques. Now, normally I don't like to use black in things because it tends to dull down the pigments. But in this case, with the Payne's Gray, it's okay. And let's go with the raw and sienna. Okay, I like that. And here I'm doing a little bit of glazing with my raw sienna. I like to glaze a lot. Because you can subtly change the color for the background. And let's go in with a bit of indigo. I'm going to let this dry and go in with another glaze. And a bit of indigo. And more water to lighten it. A bit of darker very little water. Okay. So good. Going in with my Payne's Gray. Now, even with what I'm doing now, I don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. So, and I think it's the paper is more along the lines of hot press. But as I was saying, I don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. Because I basically am doodling with paint. Again, going back in with pigment and water. And a little bit of Payne's Gray, because why not? Go in with a little bit of indigo as well. Remember, just have fun when you start playing with your swatches. And go in with indigo. And let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, okay. Go back to my number 2. Pencil in a bit of circles because I like circles. And going in with my small brush and my Payne's gray, I live by a firehouse, so you may occasionally hear the sirens going off. I hope that everything is going to be all right with them. Remember to have fun with your doodling and make sure that you are registered to vote. And I hope you have enjoyed the video and got inspired today. So your swatches don't have to be simple boxes. So what do you think? Now the part here doesn't necessarily go with all these, but they do kind of work together. I will see you in the next video. Take care and get painting. Bye.